Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thomas JaKaTaKtv, and we have yet another Vanguard cast for you today. Spawning in the bottom left, we've got December's Calm and Granas on the blue team, and in the top right on the red team, we've got Truminator and Theo. So, relatively high-level game going on here. Not quite pro level, but December and Theo are very strong players and have a pretty deep understanding of the game. If we see the initial scouts starting to move out, this is our new map, Summer Palace, made by Cantuva. And it looks like, oh wow, these scouts were just waiting for that moment to pounce in. But it looks like Granas is gonna sneak by, get a little bit of scouting information, figure out what the base count is. In the very least, hopefully get a bit of a gas count as well. We'll brush by those two gas, move into the third base, and we do, of course, have the counter scout coming in. Ooh, even further ahead. Theo sent a scout in nice and early, pretty much unopposed on the other side of the map. That base gets scouted. All the gases, and Granas is actually going to exit through this base, so we'll have a really good idea, both teams will, of just what's going on. Little sneaky tactic, activates the tower, so it's going to poke at that little hatchery for a bit. Shouldn't be too much trouble, but I don't know, maybe with the help of these 4 Reapers, actually, ooh, hold on a second. Usually this isn't such a big deal. Looks like it will get just barely defended. Nice positioning by these Zealots. Another Zealot going to come in from this angle and, oh, just barely not get that last one. Finishes things off, and we do have Abathur Fenix for Team Blue. Some initial units starting to get into position, coming out. 4th base on the way for Team Red. And that's that new structure, the Obelisk, right over here. Whoa, there we go, the Obelisk. Provides power, not supply, just power. And I'm just going to go ahead and take down their own watchtower now that the scouting phase is pretty much done. Replace that with a more powerful fortification. And we have 5 bases going up for both teams at relatively similar times. Although blue team taking an early gas investment. Going to be teching right into Stargate. No gas at all. Oh, Theo just starting to mine his very first assimilator. No gas at all from Truminator, so likely to see tech advantage come into the favor of Team Blue as this game continues to develop. People getting used to this new map with a very Hanamura-esque style. We've got the wooden planks and such, and we've got the lovely pink trees. Blue team should be able to defend this this position. Oh, not if they trickle in one by one, though. Let's see. Nice positioning micro from Granas of these Zealots. Could be fighting under this watchtower, but overall, relatively even game starting off as Granas is getting into Phoenix counts. He's been messing around with that quite a bit recently. It's been fun to see him experiment with the Phoenix styles. Gonna potentially run here and just engage with the Phoenix. Phoenix, just like in StarCraft 2, except Phoenix that lifts something up can still shoot at it as well. So you don't have to worry about lifting too much, as that watchtower will go down. Nice early bit of map control, but that's going to be messed with in a significant way by these Phoenix. See if he commits any more. Looks like none so far, as we have Ravager tech and some of the Tremor upgrades coming into play for December's Calm. Phoenix can get into position over here. Relatively undefended. By relatively, I mean completely undefended mineral line in the main. Army is very far away. Looks like these Phoenix are just going to pretty much get their energy's worth of attacks. And I really like this. Taking this point here, in conjunction eventually with this point, they can really make a strong push into this area. And that's we've been seeing a lot of that in this particular map. Players favoring this second entrance to fight in. Oh, the Ravagers, though, incredibly effective, especially when not microed. That's their auto attack, that fiery damage over time. Truminator was looking elsewhere and paid the price. Looks like this investment in Xel'Naga not going to be... Ooh. Not going to be defended. Forces to cancel on that. As Xel'Naga are showing up in the top left. We have 3 types of Xel'Naga. We have the... This camp has recently been cleared out. So 40 Xel'Naga energy in total here. And we have 125 that spawns in form of the construct here, and then here as well. That Xel'Naga energy allows you to build healing structures, fortifications, and cast very powerful combat spells. Red Army very much out of position. Can allow Blue to take this base with relative ease. And Red is going to have a Xel'Naga advantage. They really need to focus this down before the Red Army gets back into place. These Zealots wailing away on the Nexus. Fenix a little bit overextended over there, but looks like they will get the Nexus. Will they be able to escape with their lives? Oh no, Granas retreating. And December's Calm doing a little bit of kiting micro here. Ravagers very good used defensively, making the enemy team walk past that fire. Get hit by that DOT. Couple of pickups, picking off the weakened units of the pack. Will lose a Fenix for it. Looks like that is about it for the moment. This Blue Army should be able to defend this position, especially with the Ravagers morphing in as well. We're seeing a lot of fighting over this particular area of the map. We're still 5 base to 5 base, by the way. Oh, excuse me, 6 base. As this is gonna get started, but it was not up for very long and it got destroyed. We'll see if it gets destroyed again. As far as the economies go, that 6 base is getting started and looks like double expand, or maybe just an army movement ping there. Gonna take that mineral only base. The army counts for both teams getting quite high, but especially the blue team. Been focusing a lot more on building up their troops. Nice movements here with the Chrono on all of those Marines. And keeping the Marines away from the Ravagers, really critical in these engagements. Gonna snipe down one, but so much fire raining down on these Marines. The numbers are quite high for the army supply, but it's a lot in these Fenix, and they're not able to do quite as well in these straight-up engagements, especially with the mark all over them now. Going to have to back off for a bit. Ravagers all but cleared out at this point. Tremors coming in and Roaches to attempt to hold this position. Fortification does finish, both these fortifications finishing just a little bit late, and ooh, look at that. Going to seal off the retreat. Theo basically leaves Terminator's Marines to die. A bit unfortunate, but yeah, a lot of, like, we have this triple fortification point kind of structure over here. If you control these 3, you can basically control these 2 bases with relative ease. And that's what the blue team is going to do. Theo expanding so much. Usually we refer to bases by their team counts, but this is the 3rd base of Terminator. Quite late. And Granas is going to take his 3rd a little bit earlier. So things are looking pretty good overall for Team Red at the moment. Income has been relatively protected. The Fenix haven't been able to get all that much done. Oh no, we have a unilateral attack coming in? Nope. A little bit of Fenix support should help pretty significantly. And again, all these Marines from Terminator trying to take out these rocks, trying to take this base in the corner. It's very valuable, but It's putting them far out of position for this attack. Wild mutation. This Nexus will go down again. So frustrating. Do they know about this base over here on the side? They do. Blue team deciding not to go for it to now. One base kill. Enough for the time being. Robotech and Hive on the way, respectively, for red and blue. We'll have to see what Theo decides to mix up here. Disruptors available in Robotech. Also have the Lancer as well. Potential addition to Theo's army of pure Stalker. Just like really low-tech armies coming out of the red team for the time being. Really big Tremor Ravager force here. Really effective as well. The Tremors really make a lot of space for these Ravagers to get done what they need to get done. And this Marine Ball is just so afraid of all the fire that's about to come in from the Ravagers. Nicely cast over there. You can manual cast at a distance in addition to auto-attacking. Nicely done. Makes the movements forward. All of these pickups helping so much in this engagement. So little to shoot up at the Phoenix as they whittle away at the red army here. Nicely done. And oh my god, is red gonna lose this base again? It looks like they might just barely hold it. We don't see any reinforcements coming in on the minimap. We take a look at the economies. They are in slight favor of blue for the time being. Nice movements on the other side of the map. While all this goes on, might be able to get a little bit of damage done. Only a watchtower to defend this position. And they are going to be controlled. Army now moving to deal with this threat, but quite a few workers will be taken down in the meantime. Zelt's getting ready to grab that 125 Zelnaga energy by destroying the construct, perhaps, or just getting ready for another run by. As we do see the Vikings coming out, army sophistication. We're getting into the mid game here, the mid to late game. Finally clean up those Zealots. Managed to do quite a bit. We take a look at the economies, very much in favor of blue at the moment. Blue, though, with this mostly Tremor army. See what kind of a response red has for them. I'm not seeing any Robotech units out just yet. For Theo, just the Warp Prism for the time being. Zealot's going to take this down. And at the same time, wait, are these? Okay, they're Zealots. A lot of fighting going on for that kind of a position. December going to take this corner base. Remember, as we move into the later stage of the game, on this map in particular, Disruptor coming out, by the way, for Theo. Going to make short work of these little Tremors. These corner bases are very important because they are double gas bases. The only other double gas bases on the map are the mains, the main bases. Everyone else has either zero gas, or only one. Another Zealot run by. They're doing so much work. Team Red in a lot of trouble, not really able to maintain an economic advantage. And with blue team taking both of these corner bases, they're going to be set up so well for the late game. And the main thing that we see here from red is a lack of scouting those corner bases. And that might be their undoing, just barely defending this base. That may burn down. Looks like he's paying attention to it now, so it shouldn't. Oh, just barely. The 2 hit point SCV repairing the 100 or so hit point orbital command. Nicely done there. Like these little defensive Templar here, they do have Storm. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe they're just part of the army. Major engagement going on. It looks like these Phoenix... Well, the Vikings didn't shoot it off. Could get cleared out. Nice wild mutation. Where is all the splash damage for Team Red? Nowhere to be found, but we have a storm coming in. Oh my god! Oh my god, ridiculous storm and Ultralisk starting to push through Team Blue. Also doing this harassment over here on this base as well. Things falling apart for the red team. They need to figure out a way to deal with this situation as their entrenched position on the right side of the map does get knocked down. Blue has to be careful not to overextend here. I do have the bigger army, but they need to fight together. They want to maintain their lead. And all this is keeping the focus off of the corner bases at the moment right now. Both gases already taken for Granas. Significant additional gas income is going to start to come in. And they've mostly secured this side of the map. Nice wall from Theo over here. Will prevent this force from doing too much. A lot of melee units here. Ooh, and look at this. Granas mixing a couple of heralds into his composition, watching out for those disruptor shots. Ooh, they're going to get one hit on the army. Not enough to kill anything just yet. Great position on the right side for these Marines. That's going to back up into this concave as the blink back leaves the Terran force on their own. Herald's looking to get some bombs off. They do manage to get two with significant damage as the frigate comes in. This is the first time we've seen a frigate in a cast. That's the special Raynor ship. It's activated its missiles, its scatter rocket attack, and that is going to stay the case. As long as it stays still, it will shoot rockets in all directions at all enemies. But that is going to be taken down relatively quickly, and finally, we have a hold from Team Red. Oh my god. They were so far behind in army supply that after that engagement, they bring themselves back to even here, or close to even. They're still a little bit behind. Let's check the scouting. They still don't know about those corner bases. December, though, not taking the gases just yet. Not getting that big gas boost in his economy at the moment. He's a little bit gas heavy in his bank in any case, so shouldn't be too critical. As we see the frigate, this is the new ship. We didn't get to talk about it too much. It's got a normal attack, one shot at a time, which is relatively strong, 31 damage. But then it also has this cluster rocket mode, where if it switches into cluster rocket mode and it stays still, it will shoot all in an area around it. But as soon as it moves, those cluster rockets are disengaged, and they are on a cooldown, so you have to be careful how you use them. Right now, we see that engage with the cluster rockets. As long as they stay still, they'll be shooting in all directions there. The frigate really attacking, getting lots of damage done. Waiting for these hits to go off for the disruptors. They do get some pretty nice connections. The frigate moves forward into position. Start wailing down on all of these units. More disruptor shots coming in. The Ultras struggling to get any surface area, to get any damage in. Very nice take back. Team Red in such a difficult position before takes two really strong engagement, and they're continuing to push forward. Oh, double stasis. Nice blink forward is not only going to dodge the stasis, but take out one of the Arbiters at the cost of quite a few Stalkers. But overall, very valuable, as there are not that many things that shoot up here. Only the Dragoons to deal with these frigates. Units continuing to move forward here. Pushing through. Superior economy is nothing if you don't have the army size. And the army is getting dwindled down into pieces. Really, this has been like basically a 3 engagement push here, here, and here, just breaking through all the way to this base against the superior economy of their opponents. This base very difficult, very choked up, tough to push into. Gonna leave it be for the time being. Collect some more Xel'Naga energy. December has taken the bases on this side. The gases, excuse me. He's also taken the base. That's also true. And nice move over here from Theo. Starting to do some Zealot run-bys. Ooh, and that's always a sad moment when you mean to expand to a place and your enemy has already expanded there. Nice bit of lost mining time, but Ultra should be able to clean that up. And we do have some Lancers into the mix now. Remember, if they stay still for 4 seconds, they gain the hidden trait, as well as an additional 4 range. Sort of a light siege mechanic. And the red team is going to pounce forward on this base. The frigate really making things happen for Team Red here with some phenomenal cost efficiency. Early game has been quite rough, but we continue to push in. Oh, amazing blink out of the stasis. Burns that Arbiter energy. We are up to 5 Arbiters. That might be a little bit much. Nice stasis there. These Ultras in the meantime have been chewing apart the Marines with no problem at all. That is the ideal situation. Look at these stasises. Great play from Granas with the stasis, just keeping a big portion of the enemy army out of the fight. Going to be able to clean up quite a few units here, engaging only a little bit of the army at a time. They've got to find a way to deal with these frigates, though. As you can see, Granas has moved up his forces to be much more focused on the anti-air. He's got a lot of Dragoons in the force now. And that's going to help deal with the frigates. Also, these stasises have been absolutely phenomenal. More Arbiters. All right, so this is a little bit tricky. The stasis is a really powerful spell. Wait, this is a... Oh my god, this is Theo's... This is Theo's... Oh my god. Theo's set up a fortification in the enemy base. That's why you gotta take your own fortifications, friends. Always take your fortifications. Otherwise, you're gonna lose a lot of mining time for no reason. Oh my god, and they're doing it to each other. No one's taking their own fortification points. They've decided to only take the enemy's fortification points this game. But like I was saying, the stasis is very powerful, but keep in mind, each of these Arbiters cuts into your overall army size. So if you use the stasises very well, it's going to be strong position for you. You're going to be able to take a lot of good engagements. But you have to have enough power on the ground to finish it off. This is where fighting together is going to become very important. Stasis gets thrown down there. A little bit late on the blink. That's also going to form a sort of wall. And with continued stasises here, he's going to be able to at least threaten stasises. He's going to be able to take position quite well. This base goes down. In the meantime, though, the frigate, the giant capital ship attack, takes out that base. This game is all over the place. But it's the blue army, when together, that is just unstoppable. Coming through, crashing in all directions. Might be able to get some nice confusions off. Only a few units. It's going to have to be more significant than that if they want to come back. The frigates are getting involved. Will it be cost efficient enough? This is an epic late game battle. Marks going down. Stasis getting thrown as well. All of the units being taken out of the fight. All of the frigates clumped up in one moment. Stasis reigning supreme. And as soon as all of these units spawn, they're going to be blasted to shreds. The frigates losing all of their hit points almost immediately. Some additional help from December's Calm there with the wild mutation as well. This has been an epic game, but I think it's just about finished. Red team has lost their army. They've got almost no economy or bank. Theo has actually mined out of all of his bases. Oh my god, that's it. GG. December's Calm and Granas with the victory. Well done, well played. We'll see you next time.